Croatia is a crescent-shaped country located in the northern western part of Balkan Peninsula, and it is a small yet highly geographically diverse country with its glittering coastline showcasing the beautiful Adriatic beaches, over 1,000 islands, fascinating cities and extraordinarily dramatic landscapes. Croatia has been steadily making its way up into people's must-go travel list. Our first destination is Zagreb, which is the capital city of Croatia and is situated on slopes of Medvednica Hill to the north and the floodplain of Sava River to the south. As a political center, Zagreb played an important role in the history of Croatia, which struggled against Mongols and then Turkey and later against attempted Germanization by Austria. In the 19th century, the city was the center of both Pan-Yugoslav movement and a Croatian independence movement. Our walking tour starts at Capitol Square, which has this beautiful Gothic-style church officially known as Cathedral of the Assumption of Blessed Virgin Mary, and it was built in 11th century. This cathedral's twin spires soar over the city. An earthquake in 1880 badly damaged this building, and reconstruction in neo-Gothic style began around the turn of 20th century. On the square there is this gilded statue of Virgin Mary with 4 angels atop a tall pillar. So the bishop Oswald Thus started building real defensive walls with the towers around the entire Capitol settlement, completing in 1478, and we can still see the remaining walls of Capitol Fortress around this area. Market, also known as the belly of Zagreb, is bustling open fruit and vegetable farmers market and has been trader central since 1930s, when the city authorities set up a market space on the border between the upper town and the lower town. Unfortunately, we missed it because it's only active in the morning hours and wraps up before 1 p.m. So Zagreb began as 2 walled medieval hill towns, Gradec and Kaptol, separated by a river. First recorded mention of Zagreb was in 1094 when a Roman Catholic bishopric was established here at Capitol Hill. Gradec was fortified in 13th century to defend against Mongols, and Kaptol was fortified in 16th century to defend against the Turks. As we keep walking down the street, we come across this beautiful statue of Maria Juric Zagorka, who is one of the most popular Croatian writers. She founded Women's Paper, which was the first newspaper not only in Croatia but in the whole region to focus primarily on women's issues. She was fascinated by history of Zagreb, mixing the rich history of town with the romantic elements. Her most famous work is a series of 7 novels under a common title, The Witch of Grec, which is a story about a young girl being accused of witchcraft. Today is a small street, but once upon a time there was a real bridge connecting the 2 settlements, Kaptol and Gradec. The stream of Medvednica is today an underground stream, and the whole block, including the current street, was built on top of it. This bridge was also referred in Maria's first novel, which was Secret of the Bloody Bridge, which starts with mysterious serial murders where each body is found under the bloody bridge. Statue of St. George is a striking piece of art in the square, and it depicts the legendary Christian knight St. George slaying a dragon symbolizing the triumph of good over evil. We are now entering into Gradec part of Zagreb, and even though it is one of the oldest parts of Zagreb, not a lot remains of Gradec's medieval roots. Much has been replaced by more modern Baroque architecture. Stone Gate, also known as Kamenita Vrata, was built in 13th century as one of the 4 main gates leading to the medieval town of Gradec, and is the last remaining wall of the city, now a shrine. When the fire of 1731 tore through the town, it consumed the wooden frame containing a portrait of Virgin Mary, but left the painting untouched. St.Markchurch is one of the city's oldest buildings, originally built in 13th century. The most important Croatian state institutions, the Croatian Parliament, the Government of Republic of Croatia, and the Constitutional Court, they are all located right next to it. However, what makes St. Mark's Church a true Zagreb icon is its colorful and patterned red tile roof. The roof displays 2 coats of arms, the medieval coat of the 3 kingdoms of Croatia, Dalmatia and Slavonia on the left side, and the emblem of the city, Zagreb, on the right. This is the execution site of Matija Gubac, who was the leader of 1573 peasants' revolt against feudal oppression in Croatia and Slovenia. After the uprising was suppressed, he was captured and executed in Zagreb. Did you know that Croatia is Nikola Tesla's birthplace? The famous inventor was born in 1856 in Smilan, Croatia, and his childhood home is now a museum.
Can somebody bring me back to life? There's someone in the mirror, someone I don't know, and I'm starting to freak out. Oh, where should I go? The bluest eyes, but they look darker than her soul. When did I become a lonely ghost?
Tower is a fortified tower, also known as Burglar's Tower. This tower, which dates to the 13th century, was built to guard the southern gate of Gradec town wall. For the last 100 years, a cannon has been fired from this tower every day at noon, and as per the legend, it is to commemorate one day in the mid-15th century when the cannon was fired at the Turks at noon, who were camped across the Sava River, and on his way down the cannonball happened to hit a rooster, which was blown to bits, and this was so demoralizing for the Turks that they decided not to attack the city. As per another version of story, a less fanciful explanation of course, is that the cannon shot allows churches to synchronize their clocks. Ben Jelačić Square, which is also known as Zagreb's Times Square, and the name comes from Ben Jelačić, the 19th century governor who led Croatian troops into an unsuccessful battle with Hungary in the hope of winning more autonomy for his people. The equestrian statue of Jelačić stood in the square from 1866 until 1947, when Tito ordered its removal because it was too closely linked with the Croatian nationalism. Frano Tudman's government then dug it up out of storage in 1990 and returned it to the square. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you next time in my next video as we explore through the beautiful places in Croatia.